Hi, today we discuss about human resource planning process. So, what is human resource process? An effective human resource planning process helps organizations maximize human capital and build a future ready workforce. Let's delve into the importance of human resource planning in both details and what the process look like. So first of all, we discuss about what is human resource planning. So human resource planning, HRP describes, as I mentioned in my early blog, so an ongoing data driven process in which a company systematically plans for the future in terms of human resources to ensure that available jobs are suited with appropriately skilled employees. It identifies key HR initiatives for the time period ahead that will help the organizations achieve its strategic goals and maintain its competitive advantages without staffing shortage or excesses in organizations. So human resource planning, the importance of human resource planning. Now we discuss about this. So organizations must be able to adapt their human capital to sustain the continuous shifts in technology. So local and global economics product, innovations and culture. Human resource planning is integral to maximizing a well equipped workforce, and it offers other advantages that assist in accomplishing your organizational mission. So now we here are some of the objectives of human resource planning. So foreseeing and being prepared for cultural shifts and evolutions of the business environment, anticipating and identifying jobs and skill changes to meet labor demands, hiring the right talent on a timely basis to support expanded, decreased, or diversified organizational plans, adapting hiring techniques and benefits to source and hire the best candidates, ensuring your workforce has optimal technical and soft skills to increase productivity, developing career paths for employees to increase their satisfactions and values in organizations, building and maintaining effective key HR process, that is recruitment and selection training and development, compensations and benefits planning, performance management in organizations, making good use for your HR budget, maintaining compliance with company policies and government regulations also. So a beneficial as human resource planning is, the process comes with challenges. So knowing the potential drawbacks can better prepare to human resource managers to face them. Be aware of the following circumstances you may encounter. So prolonged time and diligent effort are required. It will cost money, needing the rely on forecasting which is never completely accurate. Ambiguity and deviations in the market are inevitable. Technology information systems may be inadequate and cannot provide all the data you need. Having to combine data from multiple sources. Internal changes are met with resistance from employees. Now, 5 steps in the human resource planning process. The actual process of human resource planning involves the 5 general phases. Listed now, I am telling about this. Number 1, analyze organizational objectives and plans. So, success in HR planning relies on its connections to business goals. So, you must start with a final purpose in mind and determine what the organization wants to achieve in the future. So, how it intends to accomplish this and how HR efforts will contribute to it. Each department will have unique objectives that HR will need to be involved in. Ideally, HR works very closely with management and has a clear grasp of what every area of the company is aiming for. Once you know that, you can ascertain how HR will meet those needs. For example, some departments may need you to focus on recruiting, while others may need to be downsized and reassigning some current employees. Now, number two, evaluate the current state of your workforce and uncover gaps in organizations. So, before you go forward with plans for the future, you need to assess where the organization's workforce currently stands by assessing its strengths and weaknesses. So, do you have the right number of experienced employees in your organizations? Which skills at what levels do you already have on board on your existing staff? To do this, you should consider the following. So, what is your total number of employees? How many employees are in each department? How many employees hold each positions? What are the education skills, competencies and qualifications of your employees? How do employees rank in the performance evaluation data? What are the ages of your employees? How many are approaching recruitment? There are several ways HR professionals can investigate these variables, such as meet with managers and departments heads for their judgment of their employees' abilities and where there is room for improvement. Conduct employees self-evaluations, analyze HRIS data, look at the past performance and reviews. So these are tools that can help you make a roadmap for the step of the HR planning process. An organizational chart is visible description of a company's staff's structure, that designated roles and reporting relationships. So now we discuss about the skill inventory looks at the availability and preparedness of current employees to move into either lateral or higher level roles. It allows you to identify which employees have the ability to take on a new positions as the needs of the company changes. It also helps you uncover any skills deficiencies. So now number 3 point, the forecast future HR requirement. So forecasting demand is the critical stage of the HR planning process. So bearing in mind the organization future goals, the upcoming demand and supply of qualified employees, demand forecasting involves determining the number of people needed in the level of talent required. So supply forecasting estimate future internal promotion, transfer, positions and expansion of in organizations and external sources and their ability to meet your needs. So you accomplish this forecasting using internal data and market industry trends. Be sure to include factors such as these: new products or services on the horizon, prospective managers or acquisitions, labor cost of your organizations, project employee recruitment, vacancies and turnover rates, technological advantages and automations. So, scenario planning is a way to brainstorm situations that may affect the directions of your organizations and labor recruitment. In the future, consider technological advantages, economy changes, new government regulations, etc. Consider how you can be flexible and which precautionary measures to take. A gap analysis allows you to compare current employees' quality and skills level with what will needed to meet the organizational goals. So these methods involves recognitions the current workforce status, asserting what the ideal situations looks like, identifying where the current gaps exist. So you can use a SWOT, that is SWOT, that is strength, S for strength, W for weaknesses, O for opportunities, and T for threats, that is SWOT. Analyzes to compile your findings and see which elements need the most focus in your organizations. So then your job is to find out how you can match the demand for quality employees with the available internal and external supply of addressing questions like this. Do we need to add more employees for new roles in our organizations? Where from and how many full-time or part-time employees? Does the market have an adequate supply of potential employees? Do we need to train and develop our existing employees for relocations? Which ones? Are we drawing on the expertise of current employees' sufficiencies? Do we need to adapt any of our HR policies or practices to accommodate future human resources needs? So now number 4, develop and implement a plan. Now it is time to formulate a human resource planning plan that aligns with your organizational overall strategy, and it should take into account all the analysis you have completed and include talent strategies to match the supply and demand to get your organizations ready for the future. So your plan can start with the theoretical concepts of transforming the company from X to Y. Then name the step-by-step approach that HR will facilitate. This will include developing methods to enhance specific strategies to take you to the ideal stage. So typical areas of focus include recruiting, onboarding, training, benefits, performance management, remote flexible work options, and company cultures. So now we discuss about there is no one size fits all contents for a strategic HR plan. Each organization's strategy will be unique depending on its goal and the type of business it is. A small startup plan would include completely different factors than that of a multiple national corporations. One company may need to start with an enhanced recruitment program to find a certain number of highly skilled employees with specialized knowledge. Another company might be able to begin with training its current staff. So once your plan is set, you must focus on integrating it with strong company-wide communication. Be prepared for some resistance to change that may occur within frontline employees and management also. So integrating will be easier if you are hiring new employees because they will be more accepting of a new way. Now number 5 point, monitor, review and reassess your plan. So reassess your plan. After you put your human resource plan in place, you must determine whether it is yielding results. Review how well it is helping you execute the organizational strategy and achieve goals in areas such as productivity or employee retentions and satisfactions, etc. So monitor the new practices and look for areas where the plan might be hindered. So it's also essential to learn how changes are affecting employees in organizations. So manager can ask the feedback during employee performance review also, or you can conduct employees surveys to get a feel for how things are going. So once you have input, you can identify any obstacles and work around them to adjust and improve your planning. So you can even return to step 1 and start the planning process again armed with what you learned from the initial implementations. So human resources planning process need to the ongoing activity. It is constantly evaluating and developing to stay with all the changes companies must face. So break it down. Planning for the future is always a challenging when there is no way to be certain of what is old. So you can't foresee every possible development in organizations. So nevertheless, it is worth the effort. With some preparations, human resources manager can avoid having to spontaneously improvise in more situations with an accurate understanding of the dimensions of the dynamics of human resources. So you have the essentials for a effective human resource planning process that results in a concrete actionable plans to develop and carry out your human resource plan. Make sure to thoroughly analyze your current situations and future needs. So thanks for watching my videos, my friends. Please subscribe and like my videos. Thanks a lot.